Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? It is a wonderful Sunday morning. Actually, my eyes are probably about to drain because I've been up all night. I'm trying to finish up a PDF or whatever. So, and I just hopped on a call with. I actually wanted Trish to come in and give drop some value on you guys, and to let what it's like, just having a million other things to do. Like right now, this morning, apparently her kids were running around, and we scheduled this sometime last week, and she doesn't have much time, so to speak, and just the mix up of everything, just having a busy schedule all the time, and I just wanted her to come in and just give you guys some value, and just let you know that you can be an entrepreneur and have a million other things to do. So actually, I will open up the floor, but I want her actually to touch on the fact of this unicorn breeder thing. As far as why does everybody call you a unicorn breeder, and what exactly does that mean?
So thank you so much for having me. First and foremost, I appreciate it. This was a last minute thing for me to hop on, and I'm happy to serve your audience, and I'm happy to be on here. So thank you for having me, Mike. I appreciate it. So for those of you who don't know who I am and what I do, my name is Trish Lito, and I am the founder of 5 Minute Lives, which is a structured method that I help entrepreneurs to practice to increase revenue with just 5 minutes of live video, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever. This could really go anywhere, but we primarily use Facebook. And the reason why I call myself the unicorn breeder is because a couple of years ago, I was having a really fun conversation with a mentor of mine. He was helping me write my copy, because I was struggling with writing like really good copy. And he said, you really need to have like a ridiculous conversation piece to get people started with when you're introducing yourself. Instead of having like a 30-second elevator pitch, give them a 2-sentence introduction to your business. And the first sentence should be something super ridiculous. And the second sentence should follow up with that ridiculous sentence to explain what you mean. So it's like, okay, I don't understand that. So elaborate. And he basically said that the first sentence should incorporate some kind of like a mythical character, like something that's just like over the top, like a superhero thing or something like that. I'm like, okay. So he said, so what's something that you can think of? And for me, I started my business in the MLM space, multi-level marketing, direct sales. And there, for some reason, in the last like 3 years, this whole unicorn thing started coming out into the woodwork. And so I started embracing the unicorn, because I'm like, it's funny and ridiculous. And I remember loving unicorns when I was a little girl. So I told him, I don't know, I guess I'm like a unicorn breeder. And he goes, well, why? Why are you a unicorn breeder? And I said, because I turn average entrepreneurs into magical beings who press live with purpose and increase revenue with 5 Minute Lives. And it just flowed. It literally just flowed out of my mouth like that. And he goes, that's it. That is literally it. That's your thing. And so I just started saying that to people, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it. And I mean, I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs. Dozens have paid me to do this with 5 Minute Lives, and the rest, honestly, I've got this incredible tribe of people who are just incorporating 5 Minute Lives into their business, and they're experiencing increased revenue. They're experiencing more confidence. They're experiencing increased engagement, and just more and more people that are attracted to them because they're doing it right.
So let me get this right. So pretty much you tell entrepreneurs and tell people just to go live for 5 minutes, but I'm just sitting here thinking, and probably a lot of other people are thinking, 5 minutes. I mean, that's not a lot of time, to put out a lot of content, a lot of engagement, anything like that. It's like, well, because everybody sits down, because a lot of people say, well, I don't have enough content. I actually saw you do a video, I guess the other day, on your page as far as how to create content. You gave some value and all that, and the live really wasn't that long, and she gave a ton of value in that live. So I mean, there's really no excuses for you guys not to do that. And actually, I was kind of moving towards that, but I guess I never really continued that, because I actually went live maybe for about 6 or 7 minutes one time. My wife actually, she asked me, she said you didn't go live for that long, and I was like, well, I just wanted to hop on and get on, because I mean, a lot of people say you need to always put content out. I know Gary Vee talks about that. You need to always get content out. You need to stay in front of people, stay in their faces, stay in front of them and all that stuff. So the situation with that is, a lot of people say, well, I don't have enough time to go live. But I mean, you're pretty much telling people that all you need is just 5 minutes. So, and I know you gave, I guess, a little bit, as far as, what people need to do, just get a captivating headline and all that stuff, first sentence and all that stuff. But I mean, is 5 minutes really enough to go live and provide a lot of value?
Abso-flippin-lutely, because we've proven it to be the case, right? So if you do your research up front, if you're participating in conversation threads with people back and forth, and whether it's in groups or on Facebook business pages or in your news feed or whatever, that's content, right? Like even your response to a reply is content. If you're going to take the time to do that, that's content. That's a content topic. So if you've got a decent topic to talk about that's going to be beneficial to your audience, and you're either educating, entertaining, or enlightening people, okay? If you press live the first 30 seconds, especially if you're going solo, if you're just by yourself, listen, people's attention spans right now on social media are so limited anymore, right? So if somebody knows I'm going to be live for 5 minutes, they're more than likely going to pop on for that full 5 minutes to listen to what I have to say, because they know they're going to get valuable information out of it, right? And that's brand recognition. And I've done that over and over and over again. So if you go live for just 5 minutes every time you go live solo, that's brand recognition for you. So that way, the more people hop on for those 5 minutes, the more they're going to do it over and over again, right? Because they know that you're going to bring them valuable information. Okay. So, oh my God, is it okay, Mike? Are you okay with me just telling everybody what my blueprint is?
Oh, yes, that's fine. I mean, you can share your blueprint if you want to.
Yeah, no. So I'm just going to tell you guys real quick. And for those of you who are watching this, please take notes. If you don't already know me, you've never heard this before. I will say again, it is a trademark blueprint, but 5 minute lives goes like this. First of all, before you press live, make sure you've got a title or description on that bad boy. Okay. Especially if you're doing it on Facebook. On Instagram, we can't put our title and description in there, but if you're getting ready to go live on Facebook, do yourself a favor, do your audience a favor, and make sure you've got a good title or description to what you're going live about. Then as soon as you press live, don't wait for people to pop in. Immediately dive into it. Cover your who, what, why, and how in the first 30 seconds. So who are you? What are you going to talk about? Why should we care? Like what kind of value are we going to get out of it? And then how can we get more of you? Do you have a downloadable blueprint? Do you have an ebook? Are you selling a book? Are you covering your review of like a Gary Vee book or whatever? Like, do you have an affiliate link? Whatever that case may be, make sure you cover that in the first 30 seconds. The next 2 to 3 minutes, I want you to dive into your topic, okay? Have maybe a little sticky pad close by and write down 2 or 3 bullet points, okay? So I knew I was going to tell people about, when I went live the other day, I knew I was going to tell people about Feedly, and I knew I was going to tell people about using their inbox to get inspiration for content topics, right? So I had 2 bullet points I knew I was going to talk about, okay? Don't go too crazy on this. As you're doing this, just dive into the topic, and then for 1 minute after that, I want you to go back through your feed, and I want you to give some props to the people who popped in, right? Acknowledge your audience, say hello, read some of their comments. If you got somebody that popped in who's really influential, amazing at what they do, give them a shout out, tell people to go follow them, because that's just basic social etiquette 101, right? If we're on social media, they popped onto our live video, let's show them a little bit of props, give them a little bit of patronism, and send them some business their way, right? And then the last 30 seconds, I just recap my call to action again. Who am I? What did I go live about? Why did I go live about it? And how can people get more of me? For me, typically it's, hey, some of you really need some help with your structure. Go to my website, download my blueprint for free, trishlito.com. Or I'll say, click that link right in the button, and let's hop on a complimentary discovery call. If I've never worked with you before, let's find out whether or not we'd be a good fit to work together. And then I just tell people, tag a friend, share this out. And I close with something, a bit of a tagline, because I also have trademarked press live with purpose. So I tell people, hey guys, don't forget to press live with purpose, Lito out. And I'm done. And everybody knows that who follows me. Everybody knows that that's how I close, right? And that's branding, guys. It only takes 5 minutes of live video to really get yourself out there, serve your audience, get their attention, let them know who you are, build the know, like, and trust factors, and really build that brand recognition.
Yeah, that's amazing that you can actually, and I think that was actually less than 5 minutes that you just described all that stuff. So that's pretty good. That that was a lot of value, in less than 5 minutes. So I mean, you guys can see that you don't need a lot of time. You don't need to carry stuff out, draw stuff out, and you can just obviously do a lot of stuff in 5 minutes. And I actually kind of want to get into a little bit more of your background before you develop this system. I mean, how much I guess how many things or how many cans of paint did you throw against the wall, before you actually found the color that, actually blended in that you wanted to work with? So, I mean, how many other businesses have you tried before? How many other, I guess, different ideas have you tried before this actually just clicked?
So I have been a full-time corporate America person for as long as I can remember. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. I got out of the Navy in August of 2000. I couldn't find a job for 7 months. And I think that kind of kickstarted my entrepreneurial journey in my mind, because I remember thinking to myself, God, I really need to make sure I've got a skill set that makes me not necessarily employable, but hireable, right? Because I had like odd jobs in between. I was a bar back. I cleaned people's houses. I was helping my mom sell Mary Kay out of the back of her car. I was doing Avon. I mean, you name it, I did it. Like literally, quite literally, I did everything, right? I was pulling weeds. I was helping people do landscaping. Like I did everything, all right? So I had a failed MLM business. I had 2 children in 2 years. My daughter was 10 months old when I found out I was pregnant with my son. And I was working for a very highly reputable corporate company that really has a focus on veterans. We'll just say that, because I don't like to tell too many people. I mean, people know that know me, but I don't like to drop out brand names because I think it's just out of respect. And the only reason why I quit working for them is because I had my son. Within 2 years after having, or within 18 months of having my daughter, I had my son, and I couldn't afford to be working full time and pay $2,200 a month in childcare. Like everybody who's got kids out there, you know how much daycare costs. It is not inexpensive at all, right? So I was in a multi-level marketing business, and I had been doing it for a long time. I had my worst month ever. I had a really, really bad night. I was on track to make over $1,200. I ended up making a little over $300 in just one night. Yeah, I lost a lot of money fast. And it was like in that moment, I thought to myself, my God, I really need to do something better. And I mean, I cried. I had like a really like hard cry for about 45 seconds. And then I realized, you know what? I can't do this to myself. Crying isn't going to make it better. There's got to be a better way. And I identified, as many of us do, we see, this was like over 3 years ago, guys. So just keep in mind that like, this was really before all of the, teenage kids standing next to Lambos started happening. Like truly, I went online and I'm like, who's doing it right? So I was watching the Grant Cardones, the Gary V's, the Lewis Howes, the Amy Porterfield, like all these very big names in the business that were already really big or were coming up to be big. And I was saying to myself, they've got to be doing something right. So I started registering for their webinars, and I noticed a consistency in that. And the consistency across the board was every webinar, they told their story first. They explained to people who they were first, right? It wasn't selling. It was storytelling, telling, right? So I started really paying attention to that. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I can definitely tell my story more. And it's so funny, Mike, because when I started telling my story more is when people really got more attracted to getting to know who I was as a person. And then they wanted to work with me. They wanted to hire me, right? So Facebook Live had just come to the forefront in right around like early 2016. This is 3 years ago. And I was one of the first people that got the Facebook Live button on my phone. And at least in my circle, and I noticed it. I was just like, oh man, I need to do this. And again, I was still working in network marketing, and they kept pushing me and saying, Trish, you need to do Facebook Live. You need to do Facebook Live, because I was pretty active on Periscope. And so I started doing Facebook Lives, and Mike, I'm telling you right now, I was so nervous. It scared the hell out of me to do it. It really, truly did. For anybody who's going, I don't want to do live, it makes me nervous, it makes me scared, I get it. I was a hot mess. I was a blubbering idiot. It was awful, right? So then I thought to myself, well, you know what? I don't have to necessarily do these by myself, because as I was trying to learn, as much as I was trying to learn from all these people, I was quickly getting overwhelmed with trying to learn so much and wanting to learn so much at one time. And it was overwhelming me. So I said, okay, I don't have to spend thousands of dollars that I actually didn't have to try to buy all these courses to learn all of these things. I started identifying that there were other people out there, industry experts, who were super skilled in all these different places. And I was like, you know what? I want to interview those people on Facebook Live, because some of them weren't going Facebook Live, but I could tell that they were super genius at what they were doing. So I started doing this Facebook Live show. And I didn't have a name for it or anything at first. I was just like, hey, we want to do a Facebook Live. I'll interview you and we'll bring people, like, I'll just expose you to my audience. We'll just bring people on. And I got to learn from them. I was asking them questions and I was learning from them. I'm like, wait a second, this is awesome. So I called it something. I named it the Expert Connection with Trish Lito. So at first it was like on Friday nights, and I would go live with my friends. They were just my friends. Like, I didn't even realize what I was doing. And then one of my mentors reached out to me and said, Trish, this is brilliant. You're a journalist now. Like, this is what you're doing. And that's kind of how it all started, Mike. I to this day, I have the Expert Connection, the show that I do it on my business page and my personal page. And my Instagram page is called the Expert Connection. So, and that's what I do. I quite literally brand myself that way, and I connect people with other industry experts to make sure that they always know that they've got a guy. There's somebody out there to help them with whatever they need to learn how to do. And so that's how it all started. And then I started seeing other people doing more Facebook Lives, but they were going live for like a half an hour, and there was no call to action. There was no structure. It was a look at me thing. And I'm like, that's doing nothing for you. What a colossal freaking waste of time to do that. So I took a freaking sticky pad and I wrote it down. I'm like, there's got to be an easier way. And that's how it launched. That's how 5-Minute Lives launched. Me writing down on a sticky pad and going, we can do this. And, you know, Russell Brunson's one of my mentors. I absolutely love that guy. And I'm like, I can cover who, what, why, and how, breaking it down even further, connecting with my audience, identifying people, giving that strong call to action, and I can do it in 5 minutes. And so I gave it a go. I put it out there, and more people started doing it, and they were like, holy crap, I'm getting a ton more audience engagement. People are sharing out my videos. I know what I'm going to talk about. This is amazing. And then you can repurpose it like crazy, guys. We can repurpose it like crazy. So that's where it came from.
That's wild that you know, you just kind of fell into it. I know my wife said that's awesome, and my wife made a comment earlier. She said I was saying that I was actually going to go live in my group. So yeah, that was my plan, but Be Live had some issues, and I guess apparently I did like I guess it was a pre-scheduled broadcast, and apparently I must have clicked the wrong button, and I pre-scheduled it to go live on my personal page. So there you go, guys. I mean, even though I've done a ton of lives, I still make mistakes, you know, just like everybody else. So I mean, even you just heard Trish say, you know, in the beginning, the fact that, you know, she made a lot of mistakes, blumbling and all that stuff, and I'm pretty sure she still makes mistakes.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, you kind of just, you know, you fail forward. I mean, you know, you fail into success. So I mean, you guys just gonna have to get used to it. So I mean, like pretty much, you know, like at the beginning of the call, the beginning of the interview, like she said, you know, there's you know, you have enough time. You have 5 minutes. Everybody has 5 minutes to go live. And I mean, not even that. I mean, you might say, well, because I'm scared. Because actually, you know, I talked to one of my former coworkers, and they were saying, you know, what are you doing going live, doing all this stuff? Because actually, I just kind of began back in November. So I really haven't been, you know, doing it that long or whatever. And the situation with that was, you know, I was nervous and I was scared too. And I guess my coworker, I told her, I was like, you need to actually, you know, just go live, you know, on your own, you know, just do like a regular recording and then try to upload it to Facebook. Just kind of ease your way into it. And, you know, I kind of gave her, you know, some advice, you know, as far as doing that. And just the situation, you know, you just kind of jumped into it because really, you know, I'm an introvert by heart. I don't know if to me, you seem like you're an extrovert. I don't know.
I'm a major extrovert.
Yeah. So, I mean, I kind of got that vibe, but really, you know, pretty much I am an introvert. And what's my wife said? It says, I'm glad you're short Facebook Live. It says that's freedom for me because I don't like over 15 minutes. So you're helping my wife out. So that's a plus. So there's the one person that you helped. I don't know. A lot of people get on here. A lot of people I interview, they said, if I can just help one person. So obviously you helped my wife. So that's a big improvement. So I get, kudos for that. So I appreciate that. And I know you don't have much time now. So actually, I'll go ahead and end. I guess go ahead and close it out now. As far as I usually have one.
I want to give you one more tip before you close it out.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so let's do this. I want to give you one more tip. So I was mentioning that you can repurpose like crazy. Okay, so for those of you who you have an Instagram account, but you're not quite sure what to post on Instagram, I just want to give you a quick hack. Okay, so if you guys are okay with me giving you a hack, tell us #hack in the comments, because we want to make sure that we're giving Mike a bunch of gratitude because he's hosting this live video and we're bringing a ton of value to you. And when I say bringing a ton of value, I think it's valuable for somebody like you, Mike, to host someone like me and other people out there who are doing it right and doing a great job. So kudos to you for bringing that value forward to your audience, whether it's on your personal page or in your group. Okay, so I applaud you for doing that. And because you're an introvert, I applaud you even more because I know it's not easy for you to do stuff like this. So congratulations to you, huge kudos to you for doing an outstanding job really getting yourself out there and branding yourself. I give you a ton of respect for that. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So here's a quick hack that I really want you guys to incorporate. Okay, this is one of the easiest ways that you could really get your brand out there more and hit 2 platforms, actually 3 platforms at one time. Okay, so for those of you who have your personal page, awesome. I want you to go live on your personal page to start the branding process. Okay, to just bring value to people's lives. You're not selling anything. You're getting people to realize who you are first and foremost, and then what you do is just the bonus, right? So start going live from your personal page, and when you go live from your cell phone, and before you press live, make sure you're going live publicly, and it's going to go to your story too. So I've got an iPhone, okay? Most of us have smartphones. I know some people have Androids, but when you go live, do it portrait first, okay? Go live public, and make sure it's going to post to your story too. Then do your Facebook Live. When you're done with your Facebook Live on your personal page, you can go into your stories. When you get into your stories, if you click the 3 white dots on the upper right-hand corner, you can save that entire video to your camera roll right away, okay? That's a huge hack workaround. Otherwise, it can take time because you have to do this whole other workaround. You got to look it up on YouTube, and it's a pain in the butt. So go into your story, download the video directly to your iPhone, to your camera roll, okay? Then I want you to go onto your Instagram account. And I want you can directly upload a portion of that video. So you can go to upload your content onto Instagram, and you can grab that video and then do a trim. If you click on trim, you can grab up to 60-second nugget from that live video that you did, okay? And you can grab that one little nugget and you can post it onto your Instagram. So make sure that you put like a nice little bit of content into the post, like give it some words, tell people what you're talking about, throw some hashtags in there, and make sure that you link that Instagram account to your Facebook business page. So now you're posting to your Instagram account, and it's going to go to your Facebook business page too at the same time. And you give them a strong call to action to comment below with, hey, is this helpful to you? Hey, are you practicing this? Hey, who's somebody that you know that could use this message today? So now you're hitting people on your Facebook personal page, you're getting them in your stories, and then you're hitting them on Instagram and your Facebook business page all at the same time. So you're tripling, almost quadrupling your branding, right? Okay. Then when you're done with that, I want you to take that entire video that you have on your camera roll and upload it to your LinkedIn account. If you're not already on LinkedIn, you can post up to 10 minutes of video onto LinkedIn. Okay. Again, do this on portrait because portrait is going to capture better on Instagram and it's going to pull better onto LinkedIn as well. Okay. And again, use hashtags on LinkedIn too, because hashtags on LinkedIn are going to pull people in from your industry that are going to be more attracted to who you are and what you got going on. Okay. So guys, I hope that this was helpful to you. I really want you to take that tip and incorporate it because it's the fastest and easiest way to get your brand out there with one video of content.
Yeah, I don't understand. I really don't understand if you guys really understood what she just said, because I mean that she just pretty much told you how to actually, she said 4 times quadruple, but I think you can pretty much, 5 times multiply, because then did you mention YouTube in there where you can just take the
I
whole
didn't
video?
even mention YouTube yet. I didn't even cover YouTube yet. I do that on YouTube too. And there's been like conflicting information out there. Like some YouTube people say that if you do that, that your brand, your YouTube videos aren't as good. But here's my thing. Unless you're like watching Owen Video, who is the absolute authority on doing YouTube videos, I'm telling you guys right now, if you don't know who he is, go connect with him on YouTube. Owen Video, OWEN Video. And on Facebook, he's Owen Hemsath. He is absolutely amazing. He's a very good friend of mine, and he is an absolute authority on videos on YouTube. But he'll tell you too, you can create really good videos on YouTube, but if you're just getting started, there's no rule that says that you can't just upload your Facebook video onto YouTube too. I do it all the time. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like a YouTube guru, guys. I think I have like 89 subscribers on YouTube, but I have over 500 videos on my YouTube channel, and like half of them are unlisted or private because they're in courses. So I have a ton of free content out there, and I just throw like a nice little thumbnail on there. I put a good caption on there, a good description. And if nothing else, I'm funneling people into my Facebook business page. I'm funneling people into reaching out to me and emailing me, right? I've got my link on there for people to download my blueprint. So don't limit yourself, right? Like it's unlimited opportunity, and it's just getting content out there. At the end of the day, that's what's important. You really need to make sure you're doing that.
And there's another hack for you right here. Because first of all, she's just pretty much destroying all of your, I guess, excuses for starting a business. You say you don't have enough time, you can go live in 5 minutes. You say that you're scared. She went live, pretty much when she was scared. And now pretty much you can say that you don't have any money to generate traffic, but she just gave you organic ways to get traffic on multiple different social media sites. So you guys out there, you say you don't have, some people say, you need money to start a business, but yeah, that's true. But you still, in some aspects it's true, but you can take, you can actually just pretty much generate, digital products by doing a lot of videos. And then, as you said, just uploading to YouTube. And she says she has pretty much course videos on YouTube right now that are unlisted. So the more videos and stuff you have, the more videos that you have the opportunity to sell. So therefore, you can make money with no money. That is what she's actually telling you, and just showed you and explained to you how to do in like less than 25 minutes or so. So Trish is pretty much, she is a unicorn breeder. So she's actually creating, mythical creatures and actually, making them real. So it's obviously, because how can you make money when you don't have any money? Because that's pretty much against the norm. That's like something that you read in a fairy tale book or something like that. So just the situation, and the fact is that she just told you how to do that. And let me go ahead and close out with one more question. So if you were to
my kids are crying in the background. I'm sorry. This is my life.
all right. If you were to have one superpower, what would it be and why?
If I were to have one superpower, it would be to fly, so that I could at any time, at any given time, I could fly anywhere I need to fly to get in front of more people and impact their lives. Like, truth be told, like, that's no BS. I love meeting people in person, sharing my knowledge with them, and really helping them realize how amazing they are. Everybody's got a superpower within themselves, but if I could actually fly, that would be amazing.
That's wow. That's amazing. That's the first time I've actually heard somebody say that. I've heard I guess teleportation and all that stuff, but I never really heard you say somebody fly. But thank you guys for joining us on. I know Trish has to run. She got to go take care of her kids. I'm pretty sure she got to go.
Anton's on. I just want to say what's up to my homie Anton. I love that guy. I hung out with him quite a bit at FHL. I just, much love to him. He's about to crush it hardcore with his business, and I love that guy so much. So
yeah, actually, I was just getting ready to shout him out. My wife is on, he is on, and actually I have an interview. We need to schedule one. Actually, we're trying to schedule one next week, but I guess just me traveling, him traveling, and all that stuff. So yeah, he is a good guy. I actually had a call with him 2 days ago or so. And yeah, so hopefully we'll set something up. But Trish, I thank you. Well, actually, how can people get in touch with you? Or what's the easiest way? Website, Facebook, Instagram? I know you're everywhere. So what's the best place?
I am everywhere. I'm going to be a lot more everywhere because I gave my notice to my full-time job on Monday to go all in on my business. So Friday of this week is effectively my last day with corporate America. I'm going all in. So if you guys want to get a hold of me, go to my website, trishlito.com. You can download my free blueprint, which is on there. It's going to be a little slider that comes in. So definitely grab my free blueprint. With that free blueprint too, on that last couple pages of the blueprint, you're also going to get 10 ways to repurpose your live videos. And that gets you on my email list. The more you get on my email list, the more opportunities you get to access some things for free. Hop on a phone call with me, a strategy call with me. And then obviously I offer some of my info products as well. So absolutely 100% get on my list because I'm going to be bringing a ton more value to everybody who's on my email list. And I appreciate y'all so much. I don't spam you. I don't just, throw out a bunch of stuff and say, buy my stuff. I think that that's a really lousy way to do business. So it's always value up front, a lot of storytelling, and just sharing with you like what's going on and how I can best serve you. So I appreciate you very much, Mike, for having me today.
Oh, thank you so much. And you can actually just send me that link and I'll put it in the comments.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. So, yeah, just thanks for coming on and sharing, dropping a ton of wisdom, a lot of value in such a short amount of time. So you guys need to reach out to her if you want to trim down your business where you're not spending so much time in creating content, trying to expose it and go out everywhere, and just to save money. That was a tactic that, I learned. I mean, I didn't know how to take that, from your phone and just distribute the different videos and all that stuff, and different sources. But I thank you, Trish, for coming on. And like I said, you guys need to reach out to her, get in touch with her, and let her help you, because obviously she can do that, because I know she surely helped me in just in about less than 30 minutes or so now. So I appreciate that, Trish. Thanks for coming on and spending time with us on a Sunday. And as she said earlier, don't ask her if you want her to interview. It's not going to be done on Saturday or Sunday from now on. I think I was the last one. So thank you for doing that. So
yeah, you're the last one. So high five. You got me. You got me last one on that on the weekend. No, from now on, it's going to be Monday through Fridays only, because my husband's about to tear into me. He's not real happy with me right now.
All right. Well, go take care of your family and your kids and your husband and everything like that. So I appreciate it. Thanks. And you guys have a good one. And you too, Trish. Have a good one.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you guys. Have an awesome Sunday. Peace out, guys.